Hello, Reshaper. What a fantastic and this was I want to share with you my money relationship part 2. And first of all, I want to apologize because the last days I had something to do. I had some seminars and something, so I couldn't actually go there. However, I have still uploaded some stuff on TikTok. So if you watch myself every single day, you can find myself also on TikTok. And on Facebook, you can find myself just when you are basically when you are into gaming, into Japanese gaming, because I'm playing there and speak there in Japanese, then you can find myself there on Modem. It's also a platform. So basically it's also possible. So this one thing. Another thing is also my video is also uploaded today on YouTube. You can find it in 3 hours, in 3 hours will be next video. Two and a half hour, like 2 something hours, like you can find the next video on YouTube if you want to. And by the way, if you want to see myself in a better sound quality and a better video quality, I got you covered. Just go on YouTube, pogodora, pogodora. You will find myself there because I'm currently streaming from YouTube as well. Just want to have here like a little bit. I want to make my camera a little bit bigger. Okay, now it's better. Okay, awesome. So without further ado, let's jump in. So you might know actually from the past video, if you have seen it, that I have talked about how I got to Japan, how I lived in Japan, and how I spent money in Japan. And now I want to kind of get to the transition from how I get from Japan back to Germany and till today. First of all, what is the main reason why I got back to Japan? This is actually a really interesting topic, and I believe because I was in the university, I was in the college there, and in the college it was kind of a pretty cheap college. What mean of cheap? It was a new college, but the study fee was pretty regular as other colleges as well in Japan. And as I told you, I'm not in really wealthy family. My family is not that wealthy. And what happened is I had to pay the normal study fee, and I paid it. And because many people are leaving this university because they have also noticed that the study methods aren't sufficient. What I mean by that is basically what we did is just to learning something like a freaking memory card. You just learn the whole book and try to say every single word in the book. I mean, it's just nonsense. I mean, you might learn the language, but it's kind of nonsense. It's not really education. It's not really something progressing. It might be fast. It might be faster than normal courses, like Chinese courses, but not in, not in this kind of university. I mean, you were fast, but the method is maybe efficient, but not for a long time. It's just short-term efficiency because most things you forget if you don't use it. Now, next thing is basically a huge portion of the students left, and what does principal decide and the whole community of this college, people who are responsible for it, for the economics of it, said like, hey, so many students have left, so we decided one thing is, I know you have just paid study fee just last week for the whole year. And now, if you want to stay at this college, you have to pay another fee. You have pay additionally a fee, like the half a fee, like for a half year additionally, and by the next month. If you don't get it, you have to leave the college. So I and many students got the choice. And some of them who have afforded, who not, has to leave, like myself. And also my dad said like, hey, there's more opportunities right now in Germany. You have like this, like, we have in Germany this kind of apprenticeship and everything, and this kind of apprenticeship thing. You need apprentice in everywhere when you're in Germany, also in the bank and stuff like that. Normally, it takes you 3 years. And he said like, hey, you have to take an apprenticeship here in Germany, and then you can get back quick to Japan. And I said, okay, I'll do it. But before, I want to try something out. Maybe I can do something else, because I got people, like I had a friend who is in working in the city hall in Yokohama and stuff like that, and other people who are pretty high ranked in Japanese society. And I asked them how to how can I stay in Japan, how can I get another visa, because when you're out of the university, you have like 3 months time to get your ass back to your country right now. And this was the dilemma I'm in. And because you are not in university, you are not allowed to work also. So I told you, like last week, I had the struggle in my part-time job. I have some quarrels there, some issues there, and because of this, I had to go. I had to leave it. Same goes to university. I had to leave it because of this rising study fee. And both ways. And back then, I also got the opportunity to be in an talent agency in Japan. I was recruited there, and basically I tried everything. I went to some of my teachers who were also teachers in big companies in Japan, big entertainment industry companies in Japan, and they said, okay, we try to do something to get you a visa, something like, and they tried also the best. I tried the best, nothing happened. I went to another school, who's the friend who is in the mayor said, and in the city halls, he said like, okay, I have a friend who is really good at it. He has a friend, and he has another friend in the school, and he said, okay, we can make you enroll there, but the study fee is the same, like 5K. And I just paid like 10K. I cannot really afford a 5K a month after I paid 10K straight away. I mean, I have to pay the freaking rent in Tokyo. It's like $600, right? And I got a part-time job when I do really over hours. I really got maybe 1K, and from my parents I got 3K, and so maybe totally 4K. So I cannot get it within the next month. I need 2-3 months at least to get to the 5K. You know what I mean, right? And because living in Japan is freaking expensive. Compared to Germany, it's like twice as expensive, maybe, especially in Tokyo. And what happened is, basically, I had to go back. And because I knew I had to go back, what happened is, started off playing Pokemon Go, and I played it also before. I played it as a date. Not from the day it came out, because many people tried to convince me I had to play it after a week or something like that. I started to play it after a week or after a month even. I started to play it, and I started to play it and played it a lot. And but I haven't invested anything. You can buy the hatching devices or the rate battle passes. I hadn't invested because back in the days there were just hatching devices. But after I knew, like, hey, no chance, there's no chance but just go back to Germany. And in my case, it was the worst nightmare, basically, to get back to Germany. It was the worst nightmare because I knew it was not a progression, it was a step of regression. And I hate actually to regress. I had to go back. It was the worst thing I've learned, to go back. And when I got back, basically I have nothing. But what I did is applying to everything in a company here in Germany, really to thousands of companies I've applied. I have been of hundreds of job interviews. They have been said, no, you're not capable, you know just Japanese, um, your remarks from the school, from the last exam are BS, so you cannot really apply anywhere. So I said, okay, cool. What should I do? I want to go back to Japan because that's the only way I might be appreciated. This the only place I might be appreciated somehow, but not in Germany at all. And now I've noticed it, and I went to. Yeah, and what I started off is also playing Pokemon Go in Germany. And when I played Pokemon Go in Germany, I also got really into it, and I invested really much money, sometimes even more than $30 a day, just into the game for hatching devices. And because when I got back to Germany, there was just this rating system there, so people, because back in days Pokemon Go was really like a lonely game, and now like with the whole rating system, it was really cool. And you have all this cool Pokemon like Moltres and Mewtwo and stuff like that. And I say, hey man, cool, I want to get them. And I invested a lot of time, a lot of money, and I got a lot of friends because of it. Like, yeah, within a year, like more than 5,000 friends. And within 3 years, like 3 years, 5,000 friends, but more than 5,000 friends basically in my town. And before Pokemon Go, I knew like maybe 10 people. I mean, I knew more, but I had maybe contact to maybe 10 people when it comes to. And what happened is, because I was still unemployed, I just was spending my money on Pokemon Go. I was forced from the state to get a job, or have been pretending to getting a job. And I went everywhere in the scene that I went everywhere. I went to thousands of job interviews and stuff like that, and they have also registered that I went there. So what I did instead of, I went to, as I said, okay, if you can't get a job, maybe you do something wrong. We have to do some. We have to teach you something, and we have to get to do some social projects. And I got to some social project there, and I got like to 3 of them, and basically I've learned nothing. I cannot remember what I really learned there. I learned basically nothing. I learned everything that I already know. And what I already used basically. They have nothing open for me. And what happened is, I went to one of the social projects. I even got to Scotland, a country that I never saw I will ever be there, because I was not really interested in Scotland at all. I just knew they have like this bagpipes, and and it is basically. And I really kind of fell in love in Edinburgh. I really liked Edinburgh. Not fell in love like Tokyo. Tokyo is of course have a special place in my heart always, but Edinburgh, it's a good city. It's a good city. I really like it, because especially the first time when you see it, it's really cool. Like seeing this, you seeing this fortress there. Really cool, really cool. And especially I really like it. And I went there like every single week. I went to Edinburgh to play Pokemon Go basically. And I was invested a lot also there, being there. And I did also an apprenticeship. No, the apprenticeship, an internship. I did an internship in a school for foreigners who just immigrated to Scotland, to teach them English. And I taught them basically English with another teacher, and did some stuff. And I was kind of wondering, because back in the days, some of them were like in the 60s, and coming like from Arabian countries with Islamic countries, with have Islam as the main religion. And those guys basically, they couldn't speak at all, and I used my body and everything, my intonation and everything, Also what I learned a little bit in acting school back in Tokyo, to show them what this means. And then it started off like after 2-3 weeks, I just started told a little bit English, and I was just surprised. Hey, they can do it. It was pretty fun though. However, on one day, on one weekend, it was actually on one night, like evening in Scotland, sitting there in my room, and I just kind of having this reminiscence of, well, I'm just remembering like what I've done in my life till then, and I just passing by all these events that I had, where I'm right now, what kind of point in my life, and I felt like, hey, being here in Germany, like, you know, there's no place actually that I get anywhere. There's no place that I get anywhere in Germany. I mean, yeah, I can have another internship and stuff like that, but there's not really a place that someone will take me to work for someone. Because I was into Japan and I actually hate the German language. I don't know why, but I got so many, abuse back then here in Germany, so I kind of hate it, even to speak it. So even till this day, I'm kind of avoid to see any German content or speak any German. I mostly speak just Russian at home. With friends, I speak mostly, sometimes German when I have to, but mostly not German, but English or Japanese. Like, I'm more to these three languages, but not really German at all. And I don't care, basically, when I'm even living in Germany, when I'm just lose my German. I don't care. This is my only thing that I'm not care at all. And I had also kind of this thing like, hey, I have to be in a German company, speak German every single day. It sounds like a nightmare for myself, really. Because I have this kind of, hatred towards the German language, towards Germany and all. So, living in the country that you hate, I love the country just because my parents can live how they want to live. And I'm really grateful for it. It's not about but the things I had to bear, the stresses I got, and all the stuff I got from Germany is kind of, it's not that I'm still resentful, but I have still this kind of reflection when it comes to Germany that I don't want to speak it. I don't want to really, so I kind of avoid myself to being in this kind of society. But back when I played Pokemon Go, as I said, I was into it. I was into it. I played people who were German, stuff like that. I was into it. It was cool. But I've learned something different. And now let's get back to the thing where I got in this, when I reminiscent my own past in my whole life, and come to the conclusion that nobody wants me, and when nobody wants me, I don't wanna have anyone, basically. And because I had this kind of thought, I made a covenant with myself that right now, when I don't find something alternative to the normal way that everyone goes and most people hate, tomorrow I just commit suicide. I just jump from the train. And those kind of suicidal tendencies brought me to, make some research, what I can do. And I found my first coach in personal development. And when I found it, I enrolled in the first, basically, life coach, and I enrolled there in this course in mastermind, and we made some challenges, some weird challenges, but I was into because I'm freaking Gemini. Gemini is loving to experiment something new. And everyone said like, no man, you don't have to do it. You just ruin your whole life. And I say, I have my life is already ruined. I don't give about ruining it more. So I just did it. And then from this time, I started off my YouTube channel and other social media and put out content, even daily content for a year or a year and a half maybe. Because I also did, and after a year I also established my Japanese channel. It's actually the same channel I'm right here, Pogodora. I have also my same Alex here. The same, because a friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, has told me, hey, Alex, you're a good coach. Why don't you want to do a channel in Japanese? And I say, okay, let's do it. And I've coached her, and she said, I'm really good. And basically, this is where I started off my social media. And I'm still doing it. Now, what happens then? I went to many groups, to many mastermind groups, and to many, also bought many books, and in total I've spent more than tens of thousands of US dollars into it, because invest is the first time in my life I have started investing myself, my own knowledge, my own growth. I mean, I also invest myself when I went to Tokyo basically, but this is the second time where I'm more invested to my growth and to my future, and especially become something different than someone else, as in everyone else. And I started off, did all the courses. There were like courses like even like techniques like I have to burn down a 20 euro bill. It's a little bit more than $20, like $25, something like that. And I have to burn it down to kind of detach myself from money, because I had really stressed with money. Really, money was like my biggest weak point always. I was really detached from it. Every time when someone talks about my money, stuff like that, or spending money, I was always kind of become ignorant, or just want to go away from this thing. And with someone really kind of hits myself really hard, I feel really bad the whole day. And it took me sometimes hours, maybe even 1 or 2 days to recover from this kind of hit. Because money was my weakest point, for sure. It might still be my weakest point, but I'm not much attached towards money as I used to be. Now, being there, spending all this money, I went also to courses like, there were like a mastermind course, which also kind of, to enroll this, it's more like an LML structure, multi-level marketing structure, which is, of course, most LML companies currently call themselves, we're not MLM, we are doing affiliate. And it's a really good marketing strategy to kind of get away from it, from this LML Sigma. And because of it, I got into law of attraction, LOA, and other stuff like manifesting and all the things. It was not bad though. I have also learned. I had a coach and stuff like that, but it wasn't that efficient for myself. I felt like there's something more. I wasn't really searching for something more, but it just got to me. It's got to me, and there's better thing that came to me. Was in other courses, but basically one day I had also seen there was in I was into personal development. Personal development. Tony Robbins, really big person who I've coached some of United States presidents and other big names in the US and also worldwide. and he is really a big figure in the biggest coach in personal development till this day. And I was just seeing, holy crap, we have Tony Robbins in freaking Germany. And I say, okay, I just go there. I mean, it's Tony Robbins, want to see? I'm okay, cool. And I just went there, and I have noticed that it was a freaking LML company. And basically it was a cashback company, cashback principle. You have a card, and when you going with the card, shop in this shop, which this card is a partner of, and you get a percentage of payback. Basically, you get somewhere like $5 back on something like that, or several cents back, and it's really good because those companies who are partners, it's a really good idea, I believe. It's a really good idea. Maybe it's a good executed, but it's a really good idea because this kind of idea you have to pay back. You have the card, and it's a free card. It's a free card because I was hyped and I was into it, and I had also a coach who has helped me to get the clients, stuff like that. And basically you get this card, and the card is for free. You give something for free, but someone who gets a card, so you have to pay for the cards. And there's also like things you have to pay every month to kind of maintain your own rank and stuff like that. It's a little bit complicated because people not always buy in this kind of shops, and sometimes you get a payback like of several cents, but sometimes it's more effort to go there and buy something than get paid back basically. And the structure. And what happened is my whole Pokemon Go community, I have just wasted 5,000 people, 5,000 of good acquaintances in 1 week, maybe 1-2 weeks, less than a month for sure. It was just for myself, and I say sorry to those people, but till this day I don't have contact with anyone. First things first, I'm because of Corona and stuff like that, I'm not really into Pokemon Go at all right now. I haven't played it like for half a year at least. I haven't played it. Played it, not paid it, but played it. And I'm not really into it right now. Have I really? I think I haven't erased it right now, but I'm not into it at all. Even I had really strong Pokemon back then in the days, I'm not in it at all. But I think with payback, actually I wasted 5,000 people. 5,000 people, imagine 5,000 people you have just wasted. And then I started off doing again personal development stuff, and went to build my own website, build a funnel, stuff like that, using quick funnels and other things, MailChimp and stuff like that. And I use it, and I have still my website there. And I also did some courses. However, I haven't earned a dime. I haven't earned a cent till this day. However, but I did also some coaching. Like I coached like 10 people at a time, at one time, and I didn't get anything from them. From one guy I got actually a good value thing that I'm currently doing, but normally I didn't get anything, but I also didn't want anything from them. I just want to coach. I want to figure out how my coaching is. Until then I didn't get anything, and then I tried it off also to approach thousands of people every day on social media, cold approach, to get some clients, but I didn't. I did it like half a year, something like that. It wasn't half a year for sure. And after tens of thousands of rejections and just being used by others, I don't feel I am a freaking victim. because hey, I'm living in Germany, I can do nothing but and still get money. But in fact, I'm not someone who just do nothing. I still do content and still do things, and till this day I do quite everyday content, even on TikTok, even small videos. I put them out to share my Japanese, my German, or like these videos that I'm doing right now, just in short format. And this is what I did. Basically, and yeah, I didn't get anything from them. And also, what I did also as a volunteer is to, again, for free. I mean, I can get some courses from it, and I also run some courses from it, so it's technically not for free, but I didn't get a dime at all. Okay, is to translate a book as a volunteer within a group, not just myself, but within a group of other translators. We interpreted a book from within a year, from Russian to English. It's a really cool book, by the way. It's not out right now, but if you want to read it, I mean, when it's out, I will tell you where you can buy it. It's a really cool book. It will help you a lot. Because it's not the normal person development, it's a little bit higher of a rank, especially when it comes to, it's not just personal development, but it's also kind of with spiritualism, NLP, a lot of nice things you can use it. Really practical, really practical. So, and some of those tips I have already shared with you, by the way, if you are following my channel. Now, this is what I done. I mean, I have been also in one. I did like a job interview even in Berlin, and had also an apprenticeship for an apprenticeship. This was in not apprenticeship, but an internship in a company who was selling tours for people in Germany and in Japan. My biggest problem was I had to really speak the all day German. I mean, there were people who speak Japanese, of course, it was cool to speak some kind of Japanese there. But mostly I had to write in German. Ugh. Really. It wasn't my favorite subject at all. I just made it because I had to. And basically it was for myself always like a subject where, you know, I felt my duck. I felt like a duck when it comes to Japanese, but I felt like a duck in water when it comes to Japanese, but I felt like a duck who has have to climb a mountain when it comes to German. However, because there's some people like right now in German, in Japanese groups I'm in one of the group who want to learn German, I'm more than glad to tell her how it works. And because of it, my hatred toward German, my resentment toward German kind of goes down. I mean, it's not love, it's still not love, but I never loved actually German language. I just spoken it and read it because I have to, not because I want to. You know what I mean? Now, basically, what I did is doing all this stuff, doing all this translation, and then I figured out like, dude, get back to the roots. Get back to the roots. And I might not told you already, but my roots are actually in spirituality. Yes. Like from I was 3 or something like that, my mom, dad, even back in Russia, we got to this Hare Krishna style and stuff like that, and you know, it was pretty cool. And then we are doing other thing. It's called how's it called? Nanka, Nanka. Now I'm telling Japanese. It's something like space energy, something healing stuff. It's not Reiki, but it's different from Reiki. Cosmic energy thing, something like that. But it's also like established in Russia. Some people know it from the Russian speakers know it also in foreign countries as well, but not other speakers. So it's pretty much just Russian. I also did like things like, I have told you like with I Ching stuff like that. It's based on I Ching, Russian concept based on I Ching, and was translated what kind of talents I have and other people have. It was also interesting to see like, but also most based on astrology, because I also learned a little bit of astrology there as well. It's about my own horoscope and stuff like that, and all this kind of stuff. And I learned about those things, about myself, about other people, and got less resentful because of NLP. Also kind of have more control about my own words, my own thoughts, my own feelings. See the things from other sides. Like people see problems, I see solutions. Be more solution oriented. This is what I have told myself. This is what you don't be actually teach in any school or something like that. Schools are actually not teaching you solution oriented thinking. These kind of things. And also things about meditation, and also got vegan, by the way. I'm also got vegan because of it. Like I'm more half a year of vegan, but small but sometimes I'm eating still fish. Yeah, I'm more pescatarian maybe than vegan, because I'm still cannot get rid of fish, because fish is still, fish, fish is cool. I mean, fish, sushi, I like this stuff. Sorry. I'm into my Japanese culture, so fish is something really bad for me to get rid of. I eat it maybe once a week, maybe once a month, but I'm more pescatarian rather than a vegan. Even I'm eating everything, I'm eating most vegan, but the only guilty pleasure is fish. Now, let's get back what I'm thinking about money right now. Well, money for myself is I have chased a lot of people. As I said, 7,000 people a day for more than half a year. Yeah, not a year, but half a year, like not 12 months, but maybe like 7-8 months. And I felt like empty. But now, because I'm enrolled and do this thing that I told you, this theory of causality, it shows you how you can methodological using methods actively improve your own level of spirituality using physics and some techniques that I cannot share you because they are copyright. I can share you the philosophy behind it, but I cannot share you the techniques because they're really copyright. And even I'm sharing with you not the techniques, but other thing, I have to tell you who it is, right? Because it's not myself who has invented it. And basically doing those things, I feel like money doesn't become that relevant at all. I mean, it's still relevant for their existence, but what I feel like, how to get money, how to get to my first cent, basically. How can I get to my first cent? What's my plan to get to the first cent? Well, my plan is basically to put out content, to put out value to you guys, and daily rise my vibrations. These are two things. Rise my vibrations and put out content. Because then I don't have to change anyone, but those people who find it good will find myself. When people will find myself, they will also find maybe my services. When you find my services, they might also pay for it. When I might pay for it, I will get some capital from it. Simple as that. So I don't have to change anyone and no one. And I have to change nothing and no one. But just use the law of attraction and do my thing. Even if people will say, hey, what am I doing? And normal people I got approach and stuff like that. And I'm saying like, hey, nobody has done it before maybe. Just do nothing. Just do some. Just put on content and wait until people approach you. This is my thing. Put on content, raise vibration, wait till people to approach. And then select people. Because I got really many approaches. Some people approach me by self, hey, do you know Bitcoin? Hey, do you know how's it tech? How this X thing, the whole stocks and shares stuff, Forex, FX, you name it. I get really many approaches of those people. Or, hey, we have another thing, and can you spend some money in charity, stuff like that. And I mean, I have nothing against charity. I do some charity sometimes. But the thing is, I haven't earned basically currently at all. Not a cent. I just get money from the state because I am living. Yeah. But the thing is, when I really not just give it a try, but really just go for it, and I'm still doing it, like I'm still putting on content now for 3-4 years, and just continue doing it, no matter what anyone says. Because I believe if even, maybe not in this life, maybe somewhere in the life afterwards, when I'm already dead, some people will see my videos or hear my voice and maybe get some impact, to do something, try something out, try something new. Because guess what? This kind of cold approach thing, everyone has done it before. And other things like, hey, approach, you have to put your social media there, you have to do this, you have to do this. Everyone has done it before. It's nothing new. So I don't do any call to actions. I don't do anything. I just do. Guys, you can comment down below if you want to. And if you want to approach myself, you're more than free. And I have already helped like 10 people, 10, 12 people, for sure. Some 2 or 3 people from Africa, from African states. Some people from Russia. Yeah, from Russia. Also, yeah. So yeah, you're more than welcome. So this is my thoughts on money. This is my thoughts on getting money, get my first time. And now I'm curious what your thoughts are to my thoughts, what your opinion to my thoughts. I'm really curious, so please write in the comments what do you think about it. If it's bullshit that I'm talking about, or is it just, it's nonsense. Is it something you also want to try, or someone you know is already doing it? Just comment below. I'm really curious what I think about it. So yeah. I hope you have an awesome day as always. Do not like to accept, especially now. See you not tomorrow, maybe on Friday.